Hello everyone, this is Judith with another video. Yeah, Happy New Year! Happy New Year 2026. Yeah, I hope this is like a really good year for you, and this will be the year where all of your dreams come true. Really the kickoff for your union and for all of your dreams coming true in 2026. Yeah, we want to play a little bit today, right? And I asked Spirit what you were thinking and believing in relation to your union in the old year, and what Spirit suggests for you to believe in the new year, right? And how to set intentions. So let's just see. I already rolled the dices, right? I'm like going about those messages with my little story cubes. And the old way of thinking about your union is this plane. Yeah, and so Spirit says that you are believing that your union is at a distance, that you are like believing that that this is a kind of relationship that feels like being in paradise with that other person, like on an endless vacation, right? You're in kind of fairy tale mode. And also not grounded, that you are like very much in your mind, in the human mind, and you're like not really grounded, and not like grounding your soul's perspective, your soul's vision in relation to your union. So let's see what Spirit suggests you. What perspective Spirit suggests. I have not prepared anything, so I'm just going with the messages that come through. So we have this mobile here. So this is definitely telling me that Spirit is asking you to take things down on the floor and also to learn more about the mechanics and the things, how this union and those processes and those dynamics work. So definitely learning more about the law of attraction, definitely like getting those ideas about your union on the floor, making them tangible, maybe really reaching out in 3D. If you feel like doing this, it really depends on what phase of your union you are, whether this is appropriate or not. But it really means like taking steps in the 3D and grounding your soul's vision of this union. It could also mean that you take steps in your life, for example, in relation to improving communication, instead of like being up in your head all the time and maybe communicating in your head with all kinds of people, to calm down your mind and to think about, who do I really want to communicate with? And then just do it, right? Practical. Get more practical. So the second idea, maybe all of them apply to you, maybe it's only one, right? Maybe nothing. Just take what resonates and leave the rest. So your old way of going about your union, the old year that is going now, is like I don't even know what this is in English, like this whole door of a locker, and that's the where you're peeping through, right? and so Spirit tells me that you are like keeping your connection, your twin flame connection, hidden. That this is a big secret. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? But it makes the union a little bit distant for you, right? It's behind. It's only it's only behind closed doors. Yeah, and you don't need to tell everyone, but still look for possibilities. Well, that's not for now. I want to see what is the old way. So the old way is keeping it behind closed doors, keeping it a big secret, and something very special, something precious also. But basically something that you hide away from the world. And the question is, what part are you hiding from yourself here, right? What is it that you do not want to show the world? And most likely it's love, right? Most likely it's your love, because your love and the opening of your heart, this would make you very vulnerable in general, right? In order to open your heart, you would have to learn to put up boundaries, right? And then you're able to open your heart more fully, because you can then deliberately open and close your door, right? So to speak. So what is Spirit suggesting? Spirit is suggesting for you to have that key to that door, right? And that's a little bit what I was talking just about just now, that it's about deliberately opening and closing that door. Yeah, it's not about like opening up and then like having everyone like going into your sanctuary and destroying everything, or that's not what it is about. But you like testing a little bit, when do I open the door, when do I open my heart, and when is it better to close and to not let anybody in, and what does it feel like, and how do I do that, right? Because it's not so much about closing the heart. We always want to stay in an open heart, but who do I allow in? Yeah, who do I allow in? So more knowledge around those mechanisms of opening up and setting boundaries, and that's always how you feel. You have to find out what's best for you, what works for you. Yeah, because we always tend to want to make everybody else happy, and we do not want to be hurt, of course. And so it feels safer to stay closed off, and that's understandable, and there's nothing wrong with that. But step by step, we have to explore how to open up. And Spirit suggesting, not only suggesting you, but really telling you, you have the key. You have the key already. Use it. Okay? Next message, maybe for you again, maybe for someone else. So that the way that you went about your union, the old way, is very passionate, very fiery energy, very like self-consuming almost, and like also a little bit I get the flavor of exhausting yourself in this passion. So most likely you're in the beginning stages of your union, and like the Kundalini energy kicking off, and it's like burning, and it's also healing energy, because it's somehow like opening the pipes and also burning a lot of things that are no longer serving away. So it's not a bad thing, but Spirit says you need more direction in relation to this. You need to give yourself like this fiery energy, this passionate energy you need to know where you are going. Otherwise it will just burn you and you'll crash, right? So what would be the new way that is suggested? We have this little Chinese calculator, and so Spirit says that it would be good for you to make a plan, right? It would be good for you to step into new standards. Yeah, what are your standards? Maybe you're like now a little bit all over the place, but really it's about you creating this person that is in union. Yeah, who are you? Spirit wants you to make a plan, to have a vision, and make that very tangible, right? Maybe something like a vision board would be something like that is matching this calculator, right? And it also depends in what area of your life you want to work. It could be your home. It could be about like redecorating your home or renovating your home. Just who are you? Who are you as this person who is like stepping into union or towards union? Yeah. What does this look like for you? And then come up with a plan, right? And see how it feels to step into action with that, right? And use this energy. Maybe for mission, that's also something that Spirit is telling me that you could. It could be basically anything that is giving you a direction. Could be anything, but it's always also highly recommended to step more fully into mission. Right? You could find out what that is. Good. And now the last message. What's the old way for you? Going about your union is like maybe not talking to your twin flame. I'm getting like avoiding communication. Yeah, it's a little bit like that you've avoided your twin flame. Maybe it also avoided to speak your truth. And maybe you are in separation and you and your twin flame are not communicating, and that is maybe the thing that I'm getting, because I just seeing that we have the Tower here. And so this is telling me that you're like, by not talking to your twin flame, you want to avoid a tower moment. So things you're afraid very much. So this is talking about fear, that you're afraid of speaking your truth. You're afraid to communicate to your twin flame. You don't want to make any mistakes. Right? Maybe you're like afraid of saying the wrong things. Nothing is ever wrong. So you can trust that you can just give it a try, right? You don't need to make a big fuss about it. Just if there is something small that you want to communicate, just test it, right? And see what comes back. Nothing is ever wrong. You cannot mess things up really with your twin flame. Of course, it's a crazy dynamic, right? It's all about healing. It all works like a mirror. So whatever, you can never mess it up by what you're saying, really. Only by your vibration, in truth. So you don't need to avoid a tower, because even a tower, even if there was a tower, it would not be wrong. It would just show you more fully where you need to go, what you need to work on, and also like by risking this, maybe a tower, you could also experience something positive. That's what Spirit wants to tell you, because there is such a thing as a positive tower actually in tarot. So tower is not always negative. It's also like, can also be a positive surprise, right? Big time, yeah. So yeah, those were the messages that came through for you. I hope you have a really wonderful start for 2026, and yeah, wishing you as always a wonderful day, wonderful celebrations, and I see you in the next video. Bye for now, everyone. Bye.